Can you hear me?
Yep.
I think I need another earphone because I'm hearing this tapping noise in my ear. Are you hearing that?
No.
Okay. We're not recording on. Oh,
We definitely are.
hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, Pooh.
How are you?
I'm doing lovely today.
Tink, tink, tink. Lovely. How was your
Beverages.
weekend? I love beverages. They get me through.
What did I do this weekend? Oh, my weekend was straight. I mean, this is still COVID times. I know these people out here will have you thinking otherwise. But on Saturday, all I did was run errands, and on Sunday, all I did was rest because my menstrual came in like, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Right. So we sat up in here and we drank a whole bottle of Crown Royal.
Yes.
Wow. And it helped with my cramps. So
For sure.
there's that. How was your weekend?
Shout out to Crown. I didn't do anything. I ate some crab legs and then fasted afterwards. That was my whole fucking weekend. Like, I literally can't do shit. So
I want some crab
that's
legs.
it was amazing. Like, they were really good. And I call myself eating a lot of crab legs because I was like, this is my OMAD, like my one meal for the day, and then I'm gonna fast. Um, I ate a lot of crab legs. Usually crab legs don't get you full, but bitch, I was full. I did have some broccoli on the side, but
Why do you do OMAD before a 42-hour fast, ma'am?
it wasn't the plan.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't like my morning ended up being a lot busy than it was supposed to be. So by the time I did everything I had to do with the kids and then got to the grocery store and got the crab legs and got home, it was late. So like I feasted on the crab legs and then by that time I can't really eat after that. I didn't even get to get my little serving of ice cream. I was sad. So yeah, definitely. I normally don't do that, but that's probably why I was struggling. But yeah, that's all I did.
What you do the weekend before? Since now we're on a every other week.
My
Hey,
memory is not that good. Probably another fast. I'm just trying to think of other activities. That sucks. I need to start writing down what I do so I can let y'all know, loves. Because for real, I don't know. I don't know. Probably something uneventful because I ain't gone no fucking where. So yeah, my punk ass is probably still in this house, not doing shit.
well, I'm hoping that not this weekend coming up, because this weekend I will be celebrating almost 13 years of my beautiful, beautiful daughter's life.
Yes, their motherhood anniversary. You gotta make it about you.
Yes, I like that. I'm gonna find a bitch. When I post her picture on her birthday, I'm gonna make it all about me.
Make it
Since
about
she
you.
follows me on Instagram now, she's gonna be like,
She's gonna be so heated. She'll be like, really? But it's my birthday. But it's my motherhood anniversary. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
I'm gonna only post pictures where I'm the focus. I'm gonna blur her out in the background. Oh, this is why I love you.
She gonna be mad as shit. She gonna be mad. Mar, if you're watching, you shouldn't be. But if you are, I'm sorry, boo. I'm
You
sorry.
definitely should not fucking be. Exit now. But yes. Oh, I can't wait. But hopefully the weekend after this weekend, if she will have me, I'll be at Dice's house. Even though I haven't asked. I was just gonna kind of be like, I mean, it's about time for me to get away from my own home.
It's time. I need to see your face in person.
In person.
And we can get keto drunk. Keto wasted.
That part. And then we can fast afterwards because we both gonna get on the scale and be like
together. Well, let's wait weekend. God damn it.
Fucking with Dice.
Fucking with Shay. Coming up having fun. Fun with the wretches. Now I'm fat again.
That.
But let's see. Since the last time we talked to y'all loves, nigga, it's been a lot going on. Speaking of wretches, like
the wretches.
where the fuck do I start? Like fucking everything. Like
I said we start with what happened.
The furthest away.
Yes, because we ended the topic. Well, we ended the tea time with we didn't know that it was called the Entanglements at that point because we weren't blessed enough to have seen the Red Table Talk episode. But now,
so we can talk about that. The Red Table Talk. If you have been under a rock and don't know what the fuck we're talking about the Will, Jada, and August triangle. It's probably another bitch in there. It's probably a square, but she knows how to keep her mouth shut. So, basically, I don't know how much information that we gave or we were privy to at the time, but August Alsina, the singer, was going around doing like a press run because he dropped the album. And I don't know where he first said it. Well, first of all, he had a song about Jada. I haven't listened to this man's album, not really in a rush to at this point either. But I guess he had a song with lyrics
from last year.
Yeah, about Day. Day is Jada Pinkett Smith. And he
Smith
went
is important.
on, huh?
I said Smith is important.
Smith. Okay. So I think, was it with Angela Yee that he was on the joint with, where they were kind of, he didn't all the way admit it, but he might as well have basically said that he was fucking or in a relationship with Jada. The internet was all a frenzy. Black Twitter, white Twitter, everybody was talking except Jada and Will. Yeah, them niggas was quiet. They was on their Jay-Z and Beyonce. They had to regroup and say, what the fuck are we gonna do? What else could she do? Bring her ass to her own fucking red table. I thought personally she was gonna be the only bitch at the table interviewing herself. Oh, and no.
I thought she was gonna bullshit around it. So shout out to Will, because Will was like,
no. I'm going to be at this table. I'm going to sit with you. So when they brought it in, I don't know if that's supposed. When they started it, Will was at the table. Off the rip, Will looked distraught. I don't know if the nigga had been crying. I don't know if he was tired. But the nigga was like the new Jordan meme. Like his face was looking like something happened. Don't know what the fuck happened. I wish I could be a fly on the wall to get that tea.
Nigga.
But literally, this Red Table Talk, if you have not seen it yet, I don't know why you haven't, was literally like 13 minutes long. These motherfuckers was not going to sugarcoat anything. They were like, we're going to get to the point, get in, get out. That's the motto.
Were they going to get to the point? Because I feel like Jada was not trying to get to the point. Because the word of the month of July is entanglement. Because she went into it saying that her and August she had got herself involved with an entanglement with August. And Will was like, Jada.
Entanglement? Like, don't use your fucking SAT words around me, bitch. Let the people know. Like, you was fucking. Like, but I mean, an entanglement is a messy, confusing relationship of a situationship.
Come on, Websters.
She definitely used that motherfucking word correctly. So Jada was like, it's not my fault you don't know what entanglement means. She was on her T.I. shit. Look. But this is what I'm going to say. I thought that they were going to deny it. I did not think that she was going to admit that there was even a thing. Even though she didn't say they fucked. You know that they fucked. She said a relationship, so they was fucking. But I didn't even think that they was gonna give that much tea. I swore that her ass was going to be like, he's very sick, and we were really close and stuff like that. But no, they for the most part, but like you said, she needed a little pushing by Will.
I was gonna say that. Because the last episode we said we didn't even think they were going to admit anything. We thought they was going to dance around the bullshit. Yeah. And while at the very least we know that they were in an entanglement, I still felt like, I mean, you said it, that shit was 13 minutes. So I still feel like they admitted it, but still covered it in bullshit and fluff.
Right. They try to make it cute.
I was like, damn, how do you find a way to tell the truth and still make it seem like, I was on a healing journey but I learned so much in that entanglement. And
I feel like they did a good job because It was short and sweet to the point. Yes, they made it real cute, but they made it so that they wasn't making him the bad guy where they was like, this nigga lying. But at the same time, she deflected off her, like, I didn't really do nothing wrong. Like, you know, like, we was close and it was an entanglement. He was staying in my house, like I was helping him, and then, you know, things happen. But this is what I want to say before we move on to the next part of this entanglement journey. Y'all motherfuckers on social media blew my fucking life. Why? With your commentary and your fucking opinions. I just, and of course I mostly have like the unpopular opinion. I was just getting annoyed with the fact that they were saying that Jada was being like a predator.
Oh,
like,
no. Tag me in.
Good.
So listen, and I knew that you were going to feel that way, right? And so, you know me. Because I feel like our friendship is very much a yin and a yang. Like,
right.
I went into this situation like after seeing that video, and I too were those people. I didn't comment, but I felt it, because here's my thing.
Okay.
If Will was the person who was in an entanglement with someone, I know my people, I know women, we would have trashed him. We would have came for him. We would have definitely said that he used his power, because August Alsina is like black famous and barely that, but he ain't like famous. Whereas Will and Jada Pinkett Smith are known like globally.
Yeah, not even just to black people.
Right. So after I watched Red Table Talk, I felt two or three things. Maybe more will come to me as I'm saying it. Number one, while I did appreciate how they didn't make him the villain, I felt like they were joking and laughing and minimizing the whole situation. And August is clearly still feeling some kind of way about it.
Clearly.
Okay, clearly. I feel like, and I don't like to defend niggas, but I know that if it was Will Smith sitting where Jada was, it would have been different. Everybody would have felt like Will took advantage of whatever girl, Augusta, or whatever.
Augusta Alessino.
Right. They would have felt like, no, but listen, because although they are grown, everybody in this situation was grown. There is a clear age difference. Number one, it's like
how old is August Alsina? Is he in his 20s?
He's a smooth like 25, 26. And so if this happened years ago, so he wasn't even, because you got to think your brain don't even develop fully until you're 25. So it was before then.
Right. So he was probably like 22 and shit.
Right. Or even probably closer, because I'm gonna get to that. So number one, there's the age gap. Number two, there is the class, I mean, they're in a different tax bracket. You know what I'm saying? There's a different celebrity status. So while August Alsina, when he was messing with Jada, was popular-ish more than what he is now. Well, he's hella popular now, but as for his own talent,
all the rage.
for his talent and not his messiness.
Jada his pictures Smith, that he likes to share.
That part. If it was a dude, it would just be a different tune. So I went in after I watched the video. I felt like I did not like it. I did not like it for him, because I was just I don't want to say. Well, I'm definitely not going to say it now, but we haven't gotten to part 2 of this entanglement. Right. But just in part 1, it made me feel uncomfortable. I just felt like I understood Jada and Will. They don't want to give too much information, but the fact that they were kind of laughing it off while also admitting like he had problems, not just with drugs, but he also has some mental health issues
and emotional.
And so your ass is old enough to be his mother, and you basically used him to discover yourself, and in the process, you discovered you wanted to be back with your husband, or at least pretend to
Let's
be back
see.
with your. I know, no. I know
Okay,
what
go
you're gonna
ahead.
say, and I totally get it.
What I'm about to say.
No, you. I know you. He's a grown motherfucking man. He knows what it is. He was probably just some dick, and he caught feelings. I know that's what you're gonna say. But
Yes,
listen,
you know.
if it was Will Smith and Tinashe, because who gives a fuck about Tinashe, right? To me, if it was Will Smith and Tinashe, everybody would feel like Will Smith took advantage of Tinashe. Not everybody, because I feel like you don't matter. It doesn't matter. I feel like you would have been like, no, Tinashe was going to shit.
She
But
wanted that Will Smith dirt. She was with it. She was like, "Where are the men in black?"
So how did you feel after watching the video? And that before we get to part 2 of this
Part two.
entanglement.
I did not look at Jada as a predator. Okay. So yes, she was like a mentor or like a paternal figure or whatever that force or whatever she was in his life to kind of help him through. She was staying there. One clear thing that you fuckers online kept conveniently not missing is that her and Will were separated.
Well,
They were
that
going
part.
through some shit. And I was getting annoyed with people like, oh, see, like, look, Will got cheated on and Jada out here cheating. There was no cheating involved because these motherfuckers were separated and they both said it and agreed. So it was unsaid, but please trust and believe y'all know Will was knocking some shit down.
And it wasn't
Please
really
know.
that unsaid, because she was like, I mean, you got me back.
And he was like, yeah. She
I
was
mean,
like, yeah.
no, that was some
Did remember?
shade. Because
For sure.
he was like, nah, not yet.
Not like, nigga, I'm about to.
I like the petty. Oh, he's definitely about to
I
get her back
love
now
it.
that all this shit has
And it's
come.
all out in the. It's one thing if you're doing your shit behind closed doors and nobody knows. But nigga, when your little side piece is not shutting his lip, control your hoes, Jada.
But it
But
was
no,
a
so
couple blogs. I'm sorry.
no,
Before you
you
go,
good.
it's a couple blogs that already like has pictures of Will on a beach with the girl he's been dealing with or was dealing with. And this was from some years ago. So like Will's in some entanglements as well. It's just that
Exactly.
them bitches actually signed the NDA
And
and
shut the fuck up.
that
But
part.
so my thing was, I was tired of y'all making it seem like Jada was this cheating ass predator, and I'm just like, dog, like no, like yeah, maybe if I wanted to care and open up my heart, I could see, okay, maybe you shouldn't have been messing with this dude because one, he's younger, even though age difference, motherfuckers always messing with people, especially in Hollywood and shit. Like the age difference is super crazy, especially when you go over to other races. Like it's wild as fuck. But I just saw it as like, okay, I'm not with my husband. This dude who obviously is blessed below. And I want it like he wants it. So like fuck this shit. YOLO. I feel like she was on some YOLO. I feel like she didn't rape August. I feel like August was with the shits. Maybe he wasn't in his right emotional mind. Maybe not. I wasn't in a bedroom, which I was, but I wasn't. And I don't know. Like, I'm sure that they smashed more than one time. And like I said, I don't think Jada was raping him. I don't think she was like pulling no R. Kelly on this nigga. Like, I don't know. I just felt a certain kind of way that they was making her out to be the bad guy when I feel like she was just out here having fun, fucking a nigga and having fun. And I guess the fun turned into like, nigga, I want to be with you. And Jada was like, all right, so like me and you was just fucking around while me and my husband was separated, but we are reconciling now, so like we can't do that. Like I'm sure that the cutoff wasn't as bad until shit started getting public. I'm sure Jada was like, all right, I'm getting back with Will. We can still be cool because granted, he was just on Red Table Talk like a year ago, so they wasn't beefing.
And I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that because Will and Jada made it seem like this was years ago that this happened. But in my mind, I was like,
They was
well, he
still
was literally
Gucci a
just
year
on Red
ago.
Table Talk like a year or two ago. So
Exactly.
were y'all still fucking then? Because if so, to me, 2 years ago was not that. Nigga, 97 is not that long to me. If you tell me some shit, I'll be like, damn, that happened in 97.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
2 years ago is not a long time, especially
Exactly.
since shit this year is gone to shit because we've been in the house the whole fucking time.
Dog.
So
Dog.
I agree with you on the cheating part. she's not a cheater. They were separated. And while some people feel like until you're legally divorced, it's cheating.
Well, then Will cheated. Then they both cheated. So, but they were fine with it. And I feel like we've said in past podcasts, like, I ain't judging no other fucking relationship. Whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat. So if they both had an agreement that, like, we're separated, even though legally we're still married, we're separated because, nigga, I ain't happy with you, you ain't happy with me, and we need to figure out if we even want to do this shit. So that means go and explore you. If that means fucking other niggas, if that means fucking other bitches, do you. So the cheating part, yes. Y'all niggas was wilding on social media off that.
And not just that, because, for our new listeners, this is Shay. If you've listened to our old podcast, maybe not, but I'll just catch up real quick.
If not, we're in quarantine, so go ahead and listen. You ain't got nothing else to do.
That part, and tell a friend, but we'll get there later.
Exactly.
So Shay, she, me, her, and it's no secret, JT and I, we were separated for over a year, and like, we were separated. It wasn't like I live on this part of the house and you live in that part of the house. Like, no, nigga, he was living in California. I moved. And then when he moved to where I moved, he got his own place. During that time, I know for a fact that he was fucking other people. He knows for a fact, I'm a Virgo, so I'm an angel. However, but we were separated and we were headed for divorce. We had papers drafted up. It was not... Things happen, life happens, you know what I'm saying? So when you're in the middle of something and you want to get a divorce, you're going to be, everybody's different. For me, we behave like two single niggas, like, and then it just so happened that one day I had him out for some dick, and then he's been here ever since. But that's neither here nor there.
That's not it. That's not it.
That's neither here nor there. The point is, now the difference between him and I is that when we did reconnect, even on that just physical level, because it just started off just being physical, we didn't have any other entanglements. Our entanglements were over with.
Right.
So Jada, I don't know, boo.
Right.
We need to get into part 2 of this entanglement, because that is where my opinion changed.
So then part 2. I wake up one morning and there's a fucking song. A new song. This is not a song from new album. This is a new song with a feature from Rick Ross. So this ain't just I was in my basement and shit. I made
it. They subbing the fuck out of it, talking about willpower and jaded.
Dog, your reputation was solid. Like, nigga, y'all. Dog. And when I say this nigga was talking about it, he was talking about it and used her own word entanglement in the song. So that's how you know this is
it's called entanglement. Song. I literally was in the house like, I was rooting for you, nigga.
Look.
I couldn't believe it. Because in my mind, I was like, maybe like low-key she did take advantage of him. But now I side with Dice and she wanted some dick. He was supposed to be just that.
Supplying it.
He turned into a Virgo and caught feelings and didn't know what to do with it.
He's a Virgo.
Girl, yes. Oh, no.
It makes sense.
Let me tell you something. On the day after the fucking Red Table Talk, I went on Twitter. Virgo was trending. So me thinking we popping.
Yes.
I think we in there. Niggas were going in on Virgos. It was Virgo slander. I was just like,
what the fuck did I walk into? I know you was heated.
Niggas were like, Virgos always gotta be right, but them niggas is crazy. This sound like some niggas.
I know you was fucking pissed. I know you was. I know how you stand for your sign, nigga. You like me, bro.
But listen, most of the celebrity Virgos, they just do their job and then they shut the fuck up.
They don't publicize their fucking shit.
So we can usually slide under the radar with our fuck shit. Right. Beyonce, but not just her. Like there's a lot of A lot of y'all faces Virgos, but that's another topic for another day. But listen, most of the time, because they just show up and do their job, we slide under the radar. It's not a lot of Virgo slander, but it felt like Twitter had been waiting for one of these Virgos to fuck up. And it was not one, but two on the docket that day. It was
all. What's the other one?
Jada is a Virgo too.
Yes. So, more of the story, two Virgos don't fucking need to get together because y'all niggas gonna fuck some shit up. What? I did not know.
I was appalled at these tweets.
Oh my God.
And I
know you like I'm out
like that. I went on there for the laughs, thinking I was gonna get some hee hee ha ha.
And you had the whole straight face like
they were shooting at us, and I didn't like it.
Not even pew pew, like ooh. Nah. That is funny. And you kept that quiet because, nigga, you knew I would have jumped on. You know I would be on Twitter. I would have jumped on Twitter just for the joy. I'm like, ooh, retweet. Like, oh, bitch, now you on Twitter retweeting and shit. I ain't seen you on Twitter in 4 years.
I didn't say shit. I didn't retweet shit. The word. I was just like, this not safe today. Let me log the fuck out. I'm out. No. But yes, the moral of the story is, if you are a Virgo, don't get you a motherfucking Virgo. Don't get you somebody else, because this shit was messy. It was unnecessary.
Y'all need to get somebody to balance y'all out, honey, because look, this was a lot.
This was simply too much. And in the end, I was rooting for this nigga, and he failed me. And then y'all slandered us. And so there was just, I got nothing out of it. I thought I could joke with you guys, but the Virgo slander hurt me to my core. I'm done.
August. This moral of the story: side niggas and side bitches, stop catching feelings. Play your role.
Yikes. It's gonna hurt a lot of people out there.
Play your role. If you decide, nigga, August or Augustina, whoever the fuck y'all are, you know damn well. August, did you really think that you was about to wife Jada up? Her and Will, when they divorce was final, that you was about to be August Pinkett. Is that what you thought was gonna happen?
Did you get on my nerves?
Because she was not gonna be Jada Alcina. I need you to fucking relax. Of all the million niggas she could be with after Will, did you really think it was gonna be you? No. We've all seen your pics, and we knew exactly why you were the one she picked.
That part. That part. Hey. So yesterday I was watching Girls Trip, and on Girls Trip, she said the same thing about the little young joint she hit in that movie. And whole time I was like, she do got a thing for them young niggas.
Look, she been dropping gems trying to let us know for years, honey. She was messing with the joint on a different world. It was a younger nigga, depression nigga.
And in Minister Society, girl.
Yes, fucking Kane was Jada didn't like. She likes them young. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that because I like them young too, but I don't like them as she. Okay, like look,
you got you a Virgo with
younger men. I've married a young Virgo. Okay, and let me tell you, it's okay. It's all right.
Moving on.
I see you, Jada. What else was some fuck shit? It's so much. Okay, we're doing it in order. So we did the entanglement shit. We talked about, I guess Nick Cannon. Did that come next?
That's what I was gonna say. Nick Cannon.
I love me some Nick Cannon. I have loved Nick Cannon since Drumline, since corny shit, that movie that he did with Christina Milian. Like, I've just always loved me some Nick Cannon. And then when a nigga bossed up, this nigga is on fucking production and married and knocked up for fucking Mariah Carey and gave the bitch twins. The nigga, I've always been a really big fan of Nick Cannon. Always been for him. So he has a podcast. Never watched it. I can say that. But he on his woke shit. And on his podcast, I forgot who the person was he was talking to. Forgot the name. But he was talking to somebody, and they were talking about Jewish people. And I'm not going to go deep into it because I know I'm going to use the wrong words to define people. You know me. I don't know the politically correct terms to say shit. All I'm going to say is he said some shit that was anti-Semitic, which is against Jewish people. And actually he didn't say it. The person said it and he agreed with it like strongly. And so NBC, no, Viacom. I don't know.
I
One of
want
them
to
motherfuckers that's
say
over VH1. I mean, over
right.
MTV. Is it Viacom? I don't know. One of them big corporations pretty much shut his shit down and was like, because the person who's the head of that is Jewish, and was like, nah, fuck that shit. We shutting this nigga down because we don't rock with anti-Semitic slander. Like, this is not right. Blue blue. Shut this shit down, and there's no more wilding out. And that's my fucking show. So shut his shit down and
And I
other
actually started
stuff that
watching
he
it
had in the works.
heavier because of you. Because at first I would only watch it when I was at your house, but
Right.
now like I actually watch it on my own. But go ahead,
Because that show is so fucking funny. Them
it's
niggas is
actually
wild.
really funny.
It really is, especially when they got the right celebrity on it. It'd be funny. So shut his shit down. So the media tried to make it seem like he was still on his woke shit, like, no, fuck that shit, I'm saying it in my shit. But apparently we learned afterwards that he actually had apologized initially and tried to make it work. But the powers that be at Viacom, yes, refill. The powers that be I want to say it's Viacom. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Whatever the big corporation was basically like, nah, fuck that shit, you out of here. So Diddy was like, fuck that shit. Like, I got revoked, my nigga, and black people, we got your fucking back. And this actually in real life, all black owned and shit. Like, come, like, we know your talents, we know what the fuck you can do. Bring that shit over there. Nick was like, all right, so Viacom, I created Wildin' Out. It was my idea. Nigga been doing Wildin' Out for like 15 fucking years. Literally, it's like 500 seasons. And he created it. It was his show, everything about it. He went to them and was like, I just want the rights to my stuff. Them niggas was like, no.
No, and I knew that. I knew that was coming.
You know that it was gonna be petty Eddie because they're not gonna let this nigga make no money off of it. So right now, I think they're just playing reruns, which is fucked up. But so they was like, no, you can't. And Nick started spiraling. He started posting shit where he was like seeming that he was in the beginning, it was suicidal ish. Then it came full blown suicidal because he it was an artist that he was really cool with for years. He ended up taking his life. So I followed Nick Cannon, so I seen all this shit when it was playing out. And somebody, it was an artist that was friends with him that he kind of helped put on and stuff like that. And he had been dealing with mental health issues as well. And that guy ended up killing himself. And Nick Cannon had made a post and was like, I'm struggling because I woke up this morning basically not even knowing if I still want to be here on this earth. And I find out that a dear friend of mine actually had the balls to do it. That scared the fuck out of everybody because everybody was like, whoa. So this nigga in real life is thinking about taking his life and like, contemplating this shit. And people was reaching out to him and was like, Nick, like, we need you, we love you, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, listen, my nigga, like, we got your back. Like, fuck that shit. Like, we gonna get through this shit. Diddy is calling niggas like, yo, we need a counselor to go over there and talk to Nick. I think he had called Madonna's manager or somebody like that and was like, yo, I need you to counsel my brother and make sure he's good. He ended up deleting the posts, and now he only has like one post on his page, and it's his podcast where apparently behind the scenes he's been talking to Jewish rabbis and people in the Jewish community to understand more and see where his agreeing with this stance was in ignorance. And so he's like, I'm feeling a certain kind of way because my agreements and my comments made two different communities pissed as fuck with me. One, the Jewish community, because obviously I'm coming off like I'm racist, which I'm not. I just, my beliefs at the time and my ignorance, this is how I thought things were. And then when I realized, like, damn, I misspoke, I apologize. And now my black community is pissed with me because they're like, oh, you're a fucking sellout. Like, stay in your fucking stance. If you this like pro-black man and you speaking on shit, like, I guess it came off like he was apologizing because he lost his deal. And he was like, that wasn't the reason. I honestly was not educated, and I'm not above being checked saying, hey, you was wrong. This is the right information. And me coming back like, you know what? You right. Like, I didn't know that that's what it was. And so, like, it really got him feeling some kind of way. And I'm rooting for you, Nick. I don't want you to take your life. I don't know you, never met you, but I don't want you to let these motherfuckers take your life or dim your shine, because you can start over. Like, fuck Viacom. Fuck that. You can start something else. You're smart and you got a lot of niggas backing you. Go to Revolt, my nigga. Like, Diddy gonna hook you up, my nigga. And you're a smart businessman, so you're not gonna let him Danny Kane or Day 26 you. So, like, nigga, go ahead, sign with them, cause we need your light in your content. Shit. But yeah.
So, a lot of woke brothers feel the way, that part. They agree with the gentleman or person
that was on there.
and
I
agree
forgot
with
his
Nick Cannon.
name.
And I'm gonna be honest, I have not done enough research to
Me neither.
see whether it's true or not. But I
Exactly.
know, because I know, strangely, I know a lot of hotep niggas. I wish I didn't know them, actually, but I know a lot of them.
This is strangely. I don't know how I know
Strangely,
these
I know a
niggas.
lot. I think it has to do with that year and a half I tried to be vegan, and these crystals, they think that I'm one with them. I'm not. I think that's a
They're like,
weird, but
welcome, welcome. Like, no, I'm not.
no. But
I'm just dabbling.
nah. I know a lot of black men that actually agree with him, and I think that I mean, it's great that Nick Cannon is sitting with rabbis to get their perspective and get more educated. But I think that there is probably some validity in what the black men are saying.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, because I ain't trying to get canceled with the little bit of liquor we have.
Look at you choosing your words. Ew. Gross.
Being Jewish is a religion, correct? This is a culture, a religion.
Is Jewish a
What
religion?
I know,
I want to sound dumb as fuck.
what I know about
I think
being
it's a
Jewish is not a
culture.
race.
Right.
It's not a race.
Right.
So, I'm really trying to like
So you
not
like
say
you
the wrong
can't
thing.
be racist. You saying
No,
what
I'm
you
not saying
saying is
that he
not
can't. I'm not. No, by definition, he can't be racist. I'm not saying he can't have prejudices against them.
right.
But what I am saying is that at the end of the day, if there is a white Christian man standing before us, and there's an opportunity for a black man and a Jewish man, it is of my opinion, and my opinion could be totally wrong. And I'm saying that, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I just feel like at the end of the day, that offer will be given to the Jewish man over the black man,
Right.
even if the qualifications of the black man were greater than.
For sure.
So I can understand, obviously, I can understand both sides because I know what it's like to be black. And so that means I know what it's like to be discriminated against because I am black, which
Right.
is Jewish people they do fit into that box because they have been discriminated against.
But not like us.
But I do like there is a privilege within that
Their
sector.
discrimination doesn't equal the discrimination of black people. I'll
And
say
that
that.
is what I will say. And so the fact that, and one thing I've always heard is that the Jewish community is strong. Like,
They
and they
in
will,
this
and they
bitch.
will get you the fuck out of here. And Nick Cannon is the straightest of all the niggas that's out there, in my opinion.
My
Like,
nigga.
he's
He ain't had no crazy shit in the media. Like nothing super crazy. The craziest we had was him divorcing Mariah, and they kept that shit. That motherfucker was
yeah,
on fucking wild, and our niggas was frying him, and he still couldn't speak on. He was like,
you know what I'm saying? And so like Nick Cannon is like he's like a step, maybe a step up from Wayne Brady, but like he's still in the same cornball field. So the
right,
fact that so swiftly they got him the fuck out of here.
Fuck up out of there.
I feel like, and this is my Black Panther shade coming out. It's like I feel like they're making an example out of him.
For sure.
But I hate
agree with that.
But I hate it because he is, and I don't know him, but I really do feel like he's not saying that he's sitting down with rabbis for us, to put on for us. Because a lot of celebrities will say they're going to do X, Y, and Z to show the public, like, look, I'm trying to change. I really feel like he genuinely wants to
be educated
to be
and
better.
be better. Right.
And so it's just like, damn, y'all took out Nick Cannon, my nigga.
But I've heard, because let me put on my conspiracy hat. This nigga picked up Nipsey Hussle's documentary that he was working on Dr. Sebi. These niggas don't want that shit to come out. So I feel like, and this is just my conspiracy theory, they've been waiting to get Nick Cannon the fuck up out of here some kind of way, so that fucking documentary don't get the fuck out. And if that means that, like, that comment, whatever it is, because he was on the America's Got Talent, got him the fuck up out of there. It's like, I feel like they've kind of been, first of all, he's a black man in Hollywood. They got a lot of pull. A lot of black people like him, a lot of white people like him, and the nigga is powerful behind the scenes. He got money. He know what the fuck he talking about. He know his business. That alone, he black. That alone is a threat. Then they're like, oh shit, this nigga is like putting out some information that we, the government, we ain't really trying to fucking see have come out. So I just feel like, on my conspiracy theory shit, and it could be totally off, like, they probably was waiting for this nigga to stumble and fuck up on some shit, because for the most part he's been on the straight and narrow, like we said, with no fuck ups, nothing crazy in social media like that. So this was not saying it wasn't bad, but this was yes, we got this nigga, get him all the way the fuck out of here, fuck his apology, fuck him sitting with niggas. No, we taking all this shit from him. And like, I feel like he's taking it really, really hard.
And I feel like he's taking it really, really hard because for the most part, he has been on a straight and narrow. You know what I'm saying?
And he's probably worked hard to get the way the fuck he at.
I'm sure he has. And one thing I know for sure, and I don't got to know a nigga in Hollywood, that Hollywood love is fake as fuck.
For sure.
It's super fake. But at the end of the day, Nick Cannon has a following for at least Wilding Out or something adjacent to it, because obviously if he does something with Revolt or with anyone else, it's not going to be able to be called Wilding Out, and he's going to have to change something so it doesn't seem like it's just blatantly
the same. But I heard like a lot of the niggas that's on Wilding Out is like, nigga, we rolling with you, like what
for
you
sure
doing? What you want to do?
Because you got to think about it, a lot of them people that started off on Wilding Out from like 05 are like, you know what I'm saying? They've gone off and they've done other things.
On. He put them on. Looked out for them a lot.
So here is my thing. I feel like, because I know some people, what I saw, because again, I follow a bunch of Hotep niggas and yikes. They're like, that's why he should have never been selling his ideas to the white man. He should have just went straight to the black man. And trust me, I get it. Support black businesses. I definitely think in 2020, we have we're more capable of doing things within our own community.
But when Wildin' Out came out, nigga.
Thank you.
That
so
was
when Wildin' Out came out
ago. Like this was back when fucking Cat Williams was popping, because him and D-Ray was on like the first season. So this was years ago when he started out Wildin' Out. And it was like it was no Revolt. It was no big like it is now, like you said, where black people can like, fuck it, let's organize and get this nigga on a fucking like network. It was like a big deal, like, nigga, I'm on MTV, like this is lit, I'm writing for Nickelodeon, like this is bomb as shit. So it's not that he was trying to sell out, but it wasn't that many opportunities for him, you know what I'm saying,
to really branch out and have that. And what I'm trying to say is like, he has an audience that is going to follow him at this point, because he has done so much work with Nickelodeon. He's done Wildin' Out. He's hosting The Masked Singer, which is really, really big with the Keeblers. So, like, he does have an audience.
And they loved his ass on America's Got Talent, because
Right.
that's how my mom, she was like, that I heard that Nick Cannon guy, they fired him. I was like,
yeah,
my mama, you know this nigga popping.
Right.
God damn.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he should, mental health is mental health, and I know how that feels. So I can't speak to that. But he should just know that at the end of the day, everybody has a core audience, even us, like even us regular people. Like when I post a fucking Instagram story, I know that I'm at least going to see a certain amount of people that looked at my story, because they're my
that demographic.
They're not my core audience, because I don't be posting shit, but they're like my core. They're my folks. I know they're going to see it.
Right.
So at the end of the day, he's going to have that core wherever he goes. And if he was a smart nigga, and I feel like he just invested. He saved. You know what I'm saying? So while he may not be getting a Viacom check, he's going to be getting
other streams. I'm sure he got other streams.
He can get another platform to do what he needs to do, and he can get some money. It may not be as much.
Mariah will loan him some money if he needs some money.
All I'm saying is, we have to stop shitting on people for going for the money, though, because a lot of us have a price. Mm-hmm. You may not know what that price is right now.
When it's presented to you, you will sign on the dotted line.
Everybody has. I know for a fact everybody has a price for something that they will do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I may go. I would go hit another car right now and fuck up my whole insurance quote for a price. Now I may not go out and kill somebody for that same price, but you never know. If you up that number, who knows? I'm
paying off student loans. What you doing? What we doing?
I'm just saying. But at the end of the day,
with our jobs, Lord Jesus.
What you can do with once you get to Nick Cannon status, you can leverage your celebrity to move to something. And while I think right now he's not seeing the bigger picture, I think that him moving, if he does move to a Revolt, which is a Black-owned business, they will be able to actually express themselves more freely without feeling like this will happen. And the other thing I want to say is that this kind of ties into what the Hotep niggas that I know be saying, because at the end of the day, the Jewish community, they're gonna fucking unite when it's time to unite and shut shit the fuck down.
For sure.
And that's what I don't like about Black people, because
we can't do the same.
We let shit slide when we shouldn't. Right. Because you want to talk about Viacom. Viacom is a big ass umbrella. There's some racist people that they have on umbrella. They're not in high positions like Nick Cannon, but they have talent that's on their shows that have said racist ass shit, that have done dumb ass shit, that have done criminal ass shit, and they haven't done nothing. And so you took straight narrow ass Nick Cannon, who apologized and cut him off the fuck about to prove like, cut him all the way off. Right. And so while I want to say, well, Nick Cannon apologized, on the other hand, I'm just like,
he Black. He's still a Black man at the end of the day.
Y'all, because look at what y'all did. Y'all didn't even give them nigga a chance to grow. But every time y'all do something, I'm not saying y'all as in Jewish people. I'm saying y'all as in anybody that's not Black. And let me be clear. Every time y'all do something that's racist as fuck, and blatantly fucking racist, y'all come on the news the next day and you're crying tears, and you're telling me how you're not racist, and you're telling me how we should just understand you made a mistake and you had a
and I'm learning, and I've talked to my Black friend Jerome, and now I get it. Like, but it's
so
not
I don't like it. And I would like y'all to keep the same energy across the board for every race and every religion. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but I mean, it's Nick Cannon for me all day.
Right. I'm rooting for Nick.
There's that.
Since we was talking about suicide attempts or suicide,
I know
my other boo, Tamar. I've always been a big Tamar fan, because
Me
I love
too.
me an extra bitch. Let me tell you something.
That
Love it. Love me an extra motherfucker. That's why I like Nene. I like extra bitches on these shows. The extra one that ain't afraid to say what the fuck they gotta
that be
say.
my
I
friend.
live for. Right. So it really, like, I don't know these celebrities. I really don't. But when I see certain stuff, it really was like I hear you, truly. So it really
That was
it touched me, like, that she tried to take her life. Like, apparently the dude David, the African dude, they were at the Ritz Carlton or something like that, and they had been drinking, and I don't know where he went. I'm not going to pretend like I know the specific details, but he went somewhere, and when he came back, he found her unconscious and saw that with her alcohol, she took like a gang of fucking prescription pills, like obviously trying to kill herself. It wasn't like an accident like them. I was just taking my meds while I was drinking, and it was really bad. I don't know what the update is of today, but I know a couple of days
I
ago they
know.
said she was. Oh, you do? Okay, because what I saw back then was that she was still unconscious, but she was doing good. Which I don't know how you can still be unconscious but doing good, but yeah, but she hadn't come to yet. So what's the most recent
She's
update?
conscious now, and they're actually moving her to another facility.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I heard
I
that today.
I was. This is gonna sound bad. I was sad, but I wasn't shocked. And the only reason why I'm saying that I wasn't shocked, like when I sat down and actually thought about it, everybody thinks like the loud, confident, strong person would never do nothing like that. But a lot of times, the people that are the strongest have the most internal battle and are fighting
You trying
to
to
keep
tell
it
us
all
something,
together.
guys? Because
Oh,
she's
you
a
think
loud, confident
I'm
one.
strong?
I think
I
you
ain't
the
strong.
you loud and confident. I mean, so I'm just asking. You good?
I'm good for now. But we talk about Tamar. Don't put
I
me
know.
on the
I just
goddamn spot.
listen. We don't know her. I
Gotta
know
check
you. I
in.
just had
Look,
to.
I didn't know you gotta check in sometimes. But it's like I just watched over the years with the stuff on the Braxton Family Values, and then the falling outs and stuff with her sisters, then the breaking up with or the divorce from Vince,
Vince.
Vince, and just even looking at the previews of her show that's about to drop in a couple of weeks, when
Mm-hmm.
she was spazzing and was like, like, I don't know. She just seemed like she was like, I'm not fighting nobody. I'm just fighting these demons. Like, so she obviously was going through something. And I saw something, I don't know how true it is, but I saw it on social media. So take it with a grain of salt. But they were saying that she had actually wrote to the producers of weeks ago and was like, I'm not feeling this taping it. Not because she's not on we. Is it on we? She's not on we.
It's
Is it
we.
VH1? I don't know. It's we.
She's on
Which is
VH1, but
crazy
she's
because
also
them the
on we.
niggas that she was beefing with on family the Braxton family values. Like them niggas had a problem with them with that where they went on strike. It was like, fuck that. We not fucking filming because like they was on some shicey shit. So I was reading that she had wrote to them or talked to them and was like, look, like I'm not feeling this shit and like I'm feeling suicidal. Like this is too much for me. So she had expressed that weeks ago. And not saying it's that network's responsibility to be like, whoa, let's stop
It
taping.
is.
You know, them niggas is about
It
money and
is.
business. But somebody in her
Mm-mm.
camp
I
or in that
disagree.
camp should have been like, we need to talk to somebody for her to even say that. Like, we need to make sure she's straight. Because now, look at it. 3 weeks later, she actually attempted to take her fucking life. So what the fuck was going on?
So let me just pause right there. So when you say it's not the company's responsibility to make sure she's okay, whatever like that, listen, I'm sure she wasn't emailing the motherfucking CEO of We TV. She was probably emailing the
Those
producers that she
producers.
literally works with on a day or weekly or monthly or however the fuck the schedule is basis.
Right.
And so if she sent them that fucking email, somebody in that fucking camp should have did something. And I'm gonna circle back to this when we get to the next motherfucking topic because there's
Mm-hmm.
a clear example of what it means to show up for somebody. What I
Mm-hmm.
would, and this is just me, I don't go to any job trying to be anybody's friend.
For sure.
But if I send a fucking email to the 20-something people that I work with at work, and I tell them that I'm suicidal, and some of it has to do with my job, one of them niggas should at
report
least
it to higher up, or
my
go to my
nigga.
family and folks or something. Yeah.
It should be taken
and it's some black people on the
seriously.
We staff, because when they was filming Braxton Family Values, the producer was black. So it ain't like it's like some others. Like, this our own.
But we don't take each other seriously when it comes to mental health. So for you to say that it's black, to me, that means nothing, because listen, I have been in mental health spaces where I wanted to take my life. And I've had my friends that I've known for years tell me that I was just seeking attention. Nigga, I want to kill myself. And I have a whole kid.
Is that the way
Tamar has a child as well.
Attention?
And I'm telling you that if my life continues in this path, I do not see
I don't want to be here. Right.
And you tell me that I'm seeking attention. And because
I've seen people say that shit too about Tamar.
And that's like, what I was
she extra.
say.
Like, she extra. That shit for real. Like,
yes.
Are you serious? Like, first of all, I don't think she would risk. And I'm not saying Vince is this petty, but I don't know if he is or not. I don't think she would risk having custody of her son and being around her son if it wasn't for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, she's extra, she's rah, but I don't see her being that type of person where she like, I'm just gonna fake suicide because my show about to come out in a couple weeks, and I want some attention. Like, I just don't fucking see it.
Let me tell you something. No.
You gotta be a sick individual. Not just saying that it ain't some of those in here, but I just don't pick her. It's that.
So depression for me, and I'm not trying to make it about me. I'm just
no
telling a story to relate.
Right.
So depression was like low key always there, but I actually started taking this medicine in 2014 to help me lose weight, because it takes a lot for me to lose weight. And I think, like, Dicey, because it don't take much for me to like gain 10 pounds in a day for no reason. My husband now knows, but whatever. So I started taking this medicine and didn't know that one of the side effects of the medicine was depression. So you have to understand, I already naturally had depression.
So then
and so now I start to it. I spiraled fast. And my daughter's father and I, we were better, but we were not like where we are now.
Right.
And I went to see a therapist. It was my first session with this woman. And this woman told me that if I did not go see a psychiatrist, because she was a psychologist, if I did not go see a psychiatrist within 36 hours, she was going to report me to the police. Mind you, I have a clearance.
Right.
She was going to report me to the police, and she was going to call CPS on me because I was not like in a depressive mode. I was like beyond that. And I haven't really shared this story with everyone because obviously
it ain't everybody's business.
I called my baby daddy because I was just like, yo, this joint is threatening to try to have my kid taken from me. Like,
right.
And like a bitch knew she was depressed, but like
I didn't know it was this bad. Right.
And do you understand, like, somebody, you're depressed, like, think about you're depressed and somebody's telling you they're going to take away, like,
that makes it even worse.
The only reason why you're even trying to hang on,
fighting
when you want to kill yourself,
but
and they're trying to take that away from you.
Right.
Nigga. Like, I could literally cry right now because I can feel how I felt in that moment. And I called him and I was in tears because I was just like,
I'm going for help and I'm feeling like I'm getting more like shit thrown on me. You know
exactly. So, because some people say I'm extra, even though, sometimes I don't agree. I empathize with Tamar so much, and not even on some funny shit, because I just feel like sometimes that extraness is legit just like a way to mask it.
It's a defense mechanism.
It really is.
To fucking hide all the shit that you're doing, or when you're by yourself crying and shit. you know, you come in public like, oh, bitch, I'm that bitch, like, oh, but low key, like, nigga, I'm going through some shit, bitch.
Like,
so yeah, I get it.
can't describe how it feels to want to kill yourself. Like, it's just crazy. Like, to feel like you have nothing when you really have a lot.
A lot, right?
But when you're in that moment, nobody can tell you that.
Because you feel so helpless. It's
Like,
like, I will probably better be off not being here. Oh, no, boo.
it just upsets me because I'm not Tamar, so I don't have none of that money.
Right.
I don't
I
have
wish
none
I
of that
did.
access to even get any more of that money.
Right.
And I know she has a child, and I had a child, and even I felt like that wasn't enough, because in my mind I was like, well, you have your dad's family, and your dad's family is like closer than mine, and they're they're more like, my family's so spread out, and then me and my mom were not always on the good, like, in my mind I felt like if I died, Amara would still
You
be
felt like
good
she was going to still be okay.
at the end of the
Which
day.
that's
And
not the truth.
I know
But you
that
don't
now,
feel that. I was say you
but
know that now, but when you're in that moment, you don't
you
feel
don't.
that.
You
Yeah.
convince like, you literally convince yourself that you're good, that everybody else will be good without you.
And life
Like,
will
it's,
go on and be fine. Like, yeah.
and so it's just crazy. Like, I don't idolize any celebrity, but it's just humbling for me, because a lot of the things that I was depressed about was like money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
All
I
right.
was depressed about, I mean, I was depressed about a lot of things, but one of them was money, or the lack thereof. And
Right.
so you see these celebrities that have that, and
Mm-hmm.
they
And they
still
still going through it.
are
Mm-hmm.
going through it. So for me, it's always like, today, me and Joe went out, and it was just like, I just had a moment, because it was like, at this moment, is my life everything that I wanted to be? No, but my life is fine for
Mm-hmm.
me in this moment.
All right.
And but when you're depressed and
It
when
don't
you're
feel like that.
suicidal, those moments are very far and in between. And
Right.
so it's just,
It's
I
sad.
really, it's sad.
And I'm rooting for her. And I just hate social media. And like, I get it. It's social media, so niggas make light of every fucking thing. But it's just like, and maybe I'm more sensitive to it because I like you said, I'm a fan, and like I've been following her, and I like feel like I connect with her, not necessarily on those levels, but I hate that people take her personality and then try to flip it and just be like, oh, this bitch lying. Like, she got this show about to come out, or like, you know, she extra as shit. She really trying to kill her. I'm just like, yo, like, for real? Like, that's what we doing? Like, we not just like making sure she's straight and making sure, like, first of all, she's alive and doing well, and then secondly, that she's getting help. Like, the first thing is this bitch slicing. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I am rooting for her. I hope she pulls through. I hope she still gets the help that she needs and she's able to not get her kid taken away from her. I just that shit fucked me up when I saw it. It really did. Just like the Nick Cannon shit, like this shit fucked me up. I was like, not my goddamn people. Another thing, quarantine is making niggas have to sit in their shit. Like, especially a lot of the
Deal with they
celebrities,
shit.
nigga, you have to sit, little Ayana, you got to sit in that shit. Because it's like a lot of them that were probably dealing with shit, they were able to not focus on it because they were busy. I gotta go to work, I gotta go on set, hey, I got this movie, I got this show, I gotta, go in the office. So you're able to be so busy that you don't have to sit and think with your thoughts and your feelings. But with this quarantine, if you're doing it correctly, if you're not essential, your ass is at home 80% of the time, unless you're going somewhere where you have to go for your job, or you're going to the grocery store or something like that, that's like essential, depending on where you live, because I know it's different for different states. That's a whole nother story. um it's like a lot of people are sitting in their shit like, bro, I'm not as happy as I thought I was, or like, I thought I had beat my depression, but nigga, I'm still on some shit. Like, what was the black lady that was she the writer? She was the writer for some.
Jazz Waters or Jazz Waters. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I
It's
think we,
Waters
I
or
don't know
Waters.
if we mentioned it on another episode. that like she ended up taking her life, and it was like everybody looked at her like she was so strong and happy and everything was good, but with that quarantine and nobody knows like what she actually was feeling or dealing with, she ended up taking her life. So it's just like,
did I tell
bro.
you this the other day, or was I talking to somebody else? But I did. I said to somebody just this in the past 7 days, I was like, yo, if quarantine would have happened in 2018, I
Oh
either would
yeah,
have moved into Dice's basement or I probably would have killed myself. Dead
yeah,
ass. Like,
yeah. That was a rough fucking year
I just,
already.
or
That
was it
nigga.
2017? Whatever year it was,
I a rough fucking year.
I
So if
dead
quarantine
ass.
would have been on top of that shit. So you just think about people that were already going through some shit, and then you go to shut down, sit your ass still. You can't leave your house unless you're going to get food. And if you come outside, you could possibly catch something that's going to kill you. Sit your ass down. Like the anxiety, like you just don't know what triggers people's mental illness. So it could be the anxiety of like, fuck, I don't want to touch nothing. I don't want to go outside. I might die. Like I'm
Right.
sick. Oh shit. Or it could just be sitting in this house not staying busy. I'm thinking about all the demons inside of me that I thought I had dealt with, but god damn it, like it's just so much shit that people try to gloss over or laugh at or make a joke of that is serious shit. It's people that I like me, I feel like I'm for the most part pretty strong when it comes to my mental health. It depends on the day. But like it's times during this quarantine that I just been like my head
You
about to
are
roll off in the
you are
street. I'm like,
extrovert too, so I've been checking
what?
in on my extrovert friends because I already know this. Because even me
Nigga.
as an introvert, I'm just like, this is some bullshit. So I
I'm just
already
like,
know.
where the fucking people in the fun, nigga?
Right.
I'm here with kids and husbands and
Especially
dogs.
since it's summer. I think if it had been like fall, we would be a little
Going
like,
into
oh, whatever.
winter, but
But it's summer. It's like the time to be lit.
nigga, and then going into this monumental birthday, I am in my feelings. Okay, so please trust and believe. Then I cut out drinking as much. Please, no.
But
It's
listen, you
sometimes.
you made your first goal. Positive.
Shit. All right, let's not be sad. What else is
But
going
no,
on?
prayers to Nick, prayers to Tamar. But
For
since we're
sure.
on the
And loves, if y'all are going through anything too, prayers to y'all. Please know me and Shay have access, and we're not famous. We run our fucking Twitter and Instagram. If y'all are feeling any fucking kind of way, please hit us the fuck up. I promise. Okay, we don't post a lot, but we have access to this shit. So if y'all hit us up, we would definitely respond to you. If you just need somebody to talk to, hit us the fuck up because we don't want y'all in the house feeling any certain kind of way, feeling like you don't have anybody to talk to.
facts.
Bitches, you can talk to us. Okay? Please.
Low key, I be feeling like I'm a therapist sometimes. So let me
I
know.
mean, we, me and Shay have been through a fucking lot. And though we are not licensed, I mean, I do have a bachelor's in psychology, but I'm not fucking licensed by any means. I don't even work in the field of psychology. But me and Shay have been through a lot of shit in life, period. So, not saying that we have seen it all, been through it all, but we've been through a lot and
Between
could
the two
probably
of
help you.
us,
Nigga, we could figure the fuck out. Okay?
that part.
That part.
We literally bonded over some trauma shit, but that's again a story
That's a
for
whole
another
nother
day.
episode. Oh shit. What else has fucked up as 2020?
I wanted to go straight
Meg.
into oh
Did we talk about Meg?
nigga, Meg, you right. That did happen.
Nigga, it's been a lot of shit in these last
Did
2 weeks.
Tori really shoot Meg?
No, so this is what I'm hearing. So let me give you the backstory real quick for the people that don't know. So Meg Thee Stallion got shot, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because Tory was in the vehicle and he got locked up for gun possession. So whoa, what the fuck is going on? Apparently, low key, Kylie Jenner was in the truck, but mum's the word, and you know Kris Jenner is keeping that on the hush hush because not a lot of people reporting that shit, and she ain't said nothing about it. But she was in the vehicle, and so was one of Meg Thee Stallion's friends, from what I am reading.
But a
So
friend already came out and said she didn't do it.
yeah, she said she didn't do it. So what I am hearing that happened. First of all, a video was released. You see a video of the police after the shooting,
Yeah.
and you see the friend out of the vehicle laying on the
Hmm.
ground. Then you see the police telling Meg to get out, and she's literally hopping. You see blood coming and dripping,
yes,
everything, and they're still like walk backwards. What she said later was that the police end up driving her to the hospital once they saw how injured she was and how much she was bleeding. They actually saw her and took her to the hospital so that she can undergo surgery or whatever and get treated for her wounds. But in the beginning, she was just like, look, all I know is somebody meant harm towards me and they tried to harm me, and it's not okay. By the grace of God, I'm fine, and blah blah. And then you don't hear nobody else saying shit. Tory was arrested, but he got off on bail, and you don't hear nobody saying shit. And you just like, nigga, what the? It got to be more to the story. So what I heard was, if you guys remember, some months ago, Meg was beefing with her label or some executive.
yes.
God damn it. I stuck with names.
The
Forgot the
nigga that
guy's
used to
name.
be, that was engaged to Evelyn.
Yes.
Something with a C, I think. But
Not Carl.
okay. Carl, yes, Carl Crawford. Yep.
Yes. That's his name. So that nigga, they was beefing about some shit. I don't know if it was like, it was some business shit. I'm gonna just put it that way because I'm not gonna pretend. So the word on the street is, allegedly, because I don't want you to sue me. It was a hit out on Meg from Carl and the label. Fucking Tory was trying to protect Meg and was shooting back, but he had an unregistered vehicle, unregistered weapon. That's why he got arrested, because even though he wasn't the one who shot her, he still was caught with the gun, and the police like, nah, nigga, you the fuck up out of here. So he's probably gonna get deported, because I just found out that he's not even a U.S. citizen. He's a Canadian, so I didn't even know that. So he's probably gonna get the fuck up out of here.
No, I knew he was a Canadian, but I thought he was here legally. He's
not?
I
don't know. I don't know. I thought that he just was here on some work visa shit, like on some 21 Savage shit. I don't know. But look, so it wasn't Tory that apparently caused her harm. He was trying to, but I guess because all this shit, I don't want to see the case is ongoing, because I also heard that Megan's not cooperating with the police. I heard she just like on some like, nah, I'm not pressing charges. I don't know nothing, whatever, because she probably getting the goons to get these niggas. But I just want to know
for her life.
That part too, because if they did that, she's like, I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't know who the fuck works for this nigga, like, or some label shit, like, really. But I was just mad because as much as I was watching Quarantine Radio, I was like, Tory out here shooting his friends and shit.
Because
like,
I definitely canceled him in my mind.
Dog, I was like, what the fuck could these niggas have even fucking argued about it? This nigga is pulling out the gun and shooting her ass. And I was just so relieved to hear, and I hope the T is correct, that he was actually trying to defend her. But yeah, like, crazy 2020.
That's crazy.
2020. It's like nothing has been
super trash.
Bruh, every fucking way you turn, shit that you would not fucking expect. 2020, like, oh nah, you ain't think we was gonna up the ante? I'm scared for August. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen in August.
Because every month seems to just outshit the last one.
This is a question that I had that I've seen a meme about. Remember when we were scared for our fucking lives for these fucking killer wasps or killer bees or the wasp? Nigga. That
better not come out in August, because that's my month. That's our month.
That's our month. What
no.
The fuck? August better be the smooth sailing this month that we had. I need numbers to drop. I need everything to fucking relax. That's what I need. August needs to be the lit month.
Yeah, I concur, because I'm not a September Virgo, because I think they're a different set of bitches. But no, I agree. I need August to be if 2020 is gonna be some shit, I need everybody to go, well, August.
It's the last month of the summer. The kids are being forced to go back to school in some states in August. Luckily, my county is lit. It'll be virtual. Pray for my sanity. I'll probably start drinking more. But at least my babies will be safe. But dog, August, I need August to be in this bitch in a good way.
Let me tell you something. So my daughter is about to be 13. She's about to start the 8th grade, and they're actually giving the parents an option. if we want to remain virtual or have them go to school, and then they just adjust as numbers increase.
Right.
So Mara was just, Mom, I just want to go to school. I want to get out the house. I want to do this. I want to do that. And for a while, Virginia as a whole, their numbers were going down.
Mm-hmm.
Hampton Roads,
in this bitch,
we're going up, like, to the point, like Northern Virginia, like closer to, Northern
mm-hmm.
Virginia.
Uh-huh.
We're like double Northern Virginia, which is crazy when you think that, like, Northern
Of the
Virginia,
population amount, like
when you think
North
about how
Virginia, the
Northern
population is
Virginia
crazy.
sits close to DC, Maryland, and even Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Hampton Roads is not that big, guys.
It's a whole ass little peninsula almost. It's like a
I
little
mean,
section.
at most with traffic, you can get everywhere in like an hour, and an hour is with traffic. I can get to all 7 cities, because the 7 cities that make up Hampton Roads, I can get
Mm-hmm.
to all of them in less than an hour if there's no traffic. So the fact that just this one area
It's
is more
double.
than Northern Virginia, which is a lot.
A whole
And then
lot.
today, because the numbers here have increased so much, they've had people going undercover into businesses to see if people are, like, really
Practicing their shit.
And there's so many, I can't remember the number, but I just heard it today when we went out. I just heard that they said there was, like, however many people, businesses that were in violation of, and it's just like, I understand. I remember being in the 8th grade. This is
It's a
when
big year.
you start into, like, you're the senior of middle school. You know what
Right.
I'm
So
saying?
you kind of getting your confidence, you feeling yourself like, I'm not grown, but I ain't no baby either, nigga. Like,
Right. And this is when, like, your social life is really, like, starting to kick off and
popular
stuff.
and important. I meant not
But
popular,
let me tell you
important.
something. I reposted a meme, and I reposted it because I thought it was funny, but I reposted it because I thought it was real. Y'all bitch ass schools can't even handle life. Y'all can't even control that shit. License a fucking popsicle stick and look in somebody's hair and say, this person has lice. How the fuck do you think that you can control COVID? Some shit you cannot see, you cannot control. Is niggas out here that have COVID that don't have symptoms. And you think I'm going to send my today, because she's 12 today, but my soon to be 13-year-old baby, because she's the only
She gonna always
one.
be a baby. She gonna be 37. She's still gonna be a baby.
Let me tell you something. Amara will hate it, but she's gonna be in the house with me. I'm gonna be her best friend, which I should already be any fucking way. Because if your ass is still watching this, you shouldn't be.
Why you watching, Mara?
But no, I'm serious. It's not happening.
But this is the thing. It doesn't fucking make sense. They have all these propositions and, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna. Let me tell you something. I grew up in DC public schools. DC public schools look a lot different now because, we have charter schools and, Michelle gave us some money and stuff. So that part as well. So it's like the schools look a lot different now than from when I was coming up. But let me tell you something. Parts of Maryland are the new DC. And the fucking supplies for our children are not there. So you're making it seem like all we gotta do is make sure all kids have their own supplies. How, bitch? How? They sharing books. Y'all don't textbooks for every fucking kid to have their own set fucking textbook for the whole school year. So how the fuck are you going to ensure something simple like textbooks? Fuck the other supplies, because I'll spend whatever the money is to get her own, like, what she's using. But as far as textbooks, how the fuck you gonna get it? How? You can't
that's neither here nor there, because even if you can get her the supplies for what she needs,
if another parent
that doesn't mean that every parent can.
Exactly, because everyone is different price backers, different salary caps, and they can't afford it. They need assistance. It's some like low income families. So you have that. Then you have, especially at my kids' age and younger, kids don't fucking keep their hands to themselves. So I don't give a fuck if you put a glass partition between their desk. When they go to the bathroom, when they go to recess, when they go to art, when they go somewhere, someone's gonna touch somebody.
Listen,
you sneeze. Someone's gonna dig in their nose.
You thinking about recess and art? My kid is in middle school. They go to a different class every time the bell rings.
Period. Yep.
So
it's like, are you going to fucking sanitize in between every fucking period and wipe down every fucking thing?
In their plan in their little options that they gave us, there was nothing in there that said, if you do choose option A, which is for the kids to go back to school, these are the things we will do to ease your mind. There was nothing about cleaning.
It's just like, are you bringing
about sanitation? And I don't blame them, because teachers already are underpaid as fuck. So I don't expect them to now be teachers and janitors. But what I am not going to do is
make my kid no guinea pig.
My kid's not going to do it, because this ain't Washington State. So today we found out that in Washington State that they're trying to I guess phase out this whole going back to school thing. And so what they have chosen to do is
listen to this,
give the kids that are have a what was the phrase they use? An injustice, educational injustice.
Yeah.
So basically, the people that fall into that group are people of color, students of color, students that are ESL, and students of disabilities. So basically, they're saying that those kids need school more than other kids.
They this COVID hit full.
They need to go back to school first, because they're at the most disadvantaged than other students. Now, they did not say race. They didn't say any race specifically. What they said was, but they did say students of color, students that require ESL learning, and students with disabilities. And to me, that sounded like, so they're going to be the guinea pigs for the white kids.
Y'all go to school first and see what that shit hitting for, and then we'll send our precious white kids.
And what I'm telling you is that since the state of Virginia is giving us the option,
it's going to be a no for me, dog.
Fuck ass no for my child. My child is turning 13 on Monday, and we're going to make sure that she turns 33 in 20 years.
That part.
If I can help it, and I can help it. Fuck COVID, because niggas are still out here getting it.
Dying. Fighting for their fucking lives out here.
We got a friend who just said someone in his department fucking tested positive. My husband has someone that tested positive.
To make sure that they good. Like,
and what's pissing me off is that both companies or facilities or organizations, whatever you call it, still have everybody else just going into work. Like, get tested. Well, for our friend, he got tested. For my husband, who's in the military, and I'm calling y'all out because I don't like the military, and I think y'all some bullshit. But, and y'all can cancel me for that. That's not something I'm going to apologize for, because I can argue you down all day and all night for it. But that's neither here nor there. For my husband, they're not even testing them. They're just literally making them go to work tomorrow morning, although they know they had a positive person in a place that multiple work sections intersects with.
That's crazy.
So fuck y'all. COVID is still very real, and
so fucking real.
He's a grown man, and he's in a grown man career. I cannot police that, but my child I can, and she's not going back.
For sure. Luckily, my county, they're like, the only option is teleworking, or school from home, whatever I call it. Might have been drinking. Distance learning. There it is. I've been drinking, but so I'm just like, good, because Bay was not going anyway. I was going to find a way around that. But when talking to friends and associates that are in other counties in my state, nigga, y'all wildin'. So I have an associate, friend associate. We're cool. Known her since elementary school, but she's a teacher. And what they're telling them is, yeah, they're going to be, so they I think they're giving them the option to either come in or distance learning, but I think they have to do the recording for the distance learning in the school building. I don't know. I could be wrong on that part. But if you have a child and you decide, okay, well, I don't want my kid to go to school, they're telling them just to bring your kid in. So now you're teaching, bringing your kid to work. How do you focus on making sure your kid is doing their own schoolwork because you're not your kid's teacher, and you're teaching, trying to keep them safe, yourself safe, your kids safe. And another thing that I saw online that pissed me off is like when they were trying to make this whole thing, it's not that bad for kids to go to school because they don't catch it as easy. And, you know, if they do have it, they don't have symptoms. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all are only fucking thinking about the kids, which is very important, but you're not fucking thinking about the teachers. You're not thinking about the staff, because guess what? They have to fucking go home to their family as well. So if you have your kid,
and you're not thinking about the parents, because like, if the kids get it and they don't have symptoms, they're gonna take it home to their parents.
So in a hypothetical world, say I have COVID, but I'm asymptomatic. I send my daughter to school. She gives it to some kids, but they're asymptomatic because they're kids. And then she gives it to her teacher. Her teacher's symptomatic and is like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like I caught the COVID, so I'm gonna be out, whatever that means, the quarantine or whatever. Then 20 some kids in your class have been exposed to my daughter. Then they go home to their families. You don't know who's living with them. They could have elderly people, they could have babies, they could have whatever. Then the parents might not even know that their kid has it. They go to fucking work because they're essential. And that's 25 families that are however many people in their household. And that's how these numbers are spread. And it's fucking crazy. And the fact that our trash ass leadership in this ghetto ass country is just like, oh, fucking open. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and open. We're good. Like, we can't stay in the fucking house forever. Like, let's fucking... We're America. We're not gonna fucking stay in our house and be scared. Nigga. Like, it's not about being scared. It's about being fucking smart. Why?
No, we're not gonna have that discussion anymore, because I'm not gonna have the discussion about you choosing to be safe because there's a pandemic out there. Just like I'm not gonna have the conversation about you being racist, although you have a black friend. Fuck that shit. It's Googleable. Get your fucking life. If you want to be dumb, you can be dumb. But what
don't
I am not
put other people at risk.
I'm not doing that. My daughter's not going into physical fucking school in the fall. And
it's not happening.
What does Amara say?
That's on period.
No, she says period poo now.
Period poo. Oh, period
poo. It's not happening.
It's fucking not. Until y'all niggas give me receipts that these numbers are plummeting or there's a vaccine. I mean plummeting. I ain't mean like a slow. I mean plummet. Like a fucking roller coaster. Going all the way down the fucking hill. I need that or some type of fucking vaccine that's been tested out on y'all, because it won't be my people.
Because it won't be mine or my kids
at all. Part. Y'all test that shit. Make sure it's legit.
Pause real quick. What do you want to do if they make it mandatory for kids? Because they can't make it mandatory for us. But it's a lot of vaccines.
Oh, because they be like, in order to go to school, you got to get this COVID vaccine.
Yes.
So I have a love-hate relationship for vaccines.
Me too.
Conspiracy theory hat.
Yes.
I feel like, and I might get canceled. I don't give a fuck.
So, no, I'm with you. We stand together.
I feel like they put shit in vaccines on purpose.
They do.
Call me ignorant, but I do not recall this many food allergies when I was coming up.
Never.
Now, all of a sudden, everybody, it's probably like a 60% population of some type of food allergy, not just nuts.
Never.
But like random shit. And I don't care what you're saying. Y'all are putting shit in the fucking vaccines to fucking make allergies and all type of shit because it's making money for the fucking pharmaceutical industry. I don't give a fuck.
My daughter is allergic to green beans.
That's
green
crazy.
Beans.
Like, it's crazy.
My daughter breaks out in hives when she eats green beans.
I think they put in the flu shots too.
Which makes I don't get on flu shots.
I stopped.
I've never.
I used to.
No, I won't say I've never, because I don't know what I did as a kid, but from
I
what I
did.
can remember, I've
Mhm.
never had a flu shot.
I did when because they kindly pressure you after you have an infant that like not only should your kid get it in the winter months, you should too. So I've had one. My daughter, we eased up on her having it because apparently there's some type of egg product in a flu shot, and she has an egg allergy. So after
But
she
that's
took
what I'm
her flu shot,
saying.
they wanted her to take it, but then was like, after you take it, you have to sit here in the office for 30 minutes to make sure she doesn't have an allergic reaction to it. After that, she has not had a
No.
flu shot again. I was like, why would I give her something that y'all say she's allergic to? And then the crazy thing is, like, kids can grow out of allergies and shit. Then I know grown people, like our boy Coffee, who never had an allergy and then all of a sudden almost died eating a fucking banana because, woo, I'm allergic to bananas now. Grown ass man, been eating bananas
But
all his life and then popped up and almost died because,
but
goddamn it,
that's because they're
the
putting GMOs in our
pesticides, all
shit.
that shit. Yep.
They're putting all this extra shit in our food. But one thing I have been really sitting here, what I've been thinking about with this whole COVID thing is like, what happens if they make it mandatory for her to go back to school?
You have to
Because
get this vaccine and for all kids.
I,
That's gonna
I'm
fucking stress me out.
no, but you know that's what it's going to be. You have
They're
to
gonna be
know
like, in
that's
order
what
to
it's going to
keep them
be.
safe, y'all gotta give them this vaccine. That way, like they don't catch it. And who the fuck knows what they're putting in this shit to make
I,
them like I just it stressed me out to even think. I didn't even think
especially
about that.
because our kids, anybody that has children, especially children that are in school, they're going to be the guinea pigs for this vaccine
For
at the end
sure.
of the day,
For sure. Even if
because
because people are not stepping up to want to fucking test it. So they're like, all right, well, let's just make it mandatory in order to come back. And you have to have your kids like and I'm not equipped to homeschool. I'm not. So I'm gonna be faced with a really big dilemma.
I might be equipped. And so if I have to move up there and have Shea School of Learning
I know
for
that's right.
kindergarten through high school,
Cause look,
I can't, I cannot see myself like
it
the
stressed me
vaccine
out.
thing for me. Really, the vaccine thing stresses me more. It stresses me out more than them going to school in the fall, which is sad because the vaccine is supposed to
Help
cure.
them, but you don't know what the fuck else they put in it and what other shit is gonna trigger. They might have some shit with some magical fucking strand or something comes up in the next year, and they just like, why all these kids getting sick off of that? Anything to make money for the fucking medical and pharmaceutical. Because if everybody was healthy, niggas wouldn't need meds. That
And
means
then
niggas
what
ain't making
money would
money.
they
But you
get?
know what? But if niggas got allergies, everybody need EpiPens. So guess what? Let's get these niggas allergies. It's just y'all gonna probably be looking at us sideways. Y'all might be laughing, but I believe what I believe. I might sound ignorant, but this is just my
Now I'm
feelings
with
and my
you.
conspiracy theory hat. Cause
I'm with
look,
you. 1,000%. I Amara's not going to school in the fall, and if they make this vaccine mandatory, I will have
I
to
don't
cross
know
that
what
bridge
the
when
fuck
we
I'm
get
gonna do.
there
Yeah,
because that's not something that I'm interested in her getting, especially not now. There are certain vaccines that have been out for so long that
like
are more
measles and shit like that. And you're like,
right.
oh, okay.
Like my daughter has never had chickenpox. I had chickenpox as a
I
kid.
had the chicken pox as a kid too. It
And
was really
most people
bad.
I know that are in our age range had
Has
chickenpox.
had it.
Mar has never had chickenpox
None of my
because
kids have,
now they had some vaccine that's out.
and it's lit. My chicken pox was real bad. Like I had a fever
Girl,
so high that I was
girl,
hallucinating. Like it was
girl.
bad. My mom was on a business trip in California, and my dad called her and was like, "You need to come back because I have not gotten any sleep for 3 days." Like literally, I would wake up. I was hallucinating, seeing bugs, rats, and snakes. All the things that you're scared of. Apparently, that's what you see when you hallucinate. But my fever was so high, the doctor was like, give her lots of cold fluids, like make sure she don't have a lot of clothes on, put a fan on, like whatever. Like my dad was literally changing the sheets every like 15 minutes because I would be laying there and I would look to the side and I would scream. He said I remember some of it, but like he said I was screaming like it was like Freddy or Jason. And I was like, ah, it's a bug, it's coming again. He was like, it's nothing. They're like, literally, I'm seeing, he's like, it's nothing there. He's changing the sheets. Like, look, like, he called my mom, I was like, look.
Bring that ass here, boy.
Bring that ass here, boy. Like, we are fucking tired, and your daughter is on 1,000. And I know she was mad because literally she was home 2 days and my fever dropped and I was fine. She was like, bitch, I was in California. On the fucking jobs dying. But anyway, I say that to say, yeah, kids these days, I ain't even heard about no goddamn chicken pox. But I don't want to be the initial generation.
And that's what I'm saying. My kids are not. My kid is just not going to be that first trial kid that gets whatever vaccine that comes out. And I do want them to get a vaccine for this shit because I want to go outside. But it's just not going to be my kid. I don't want them to
test it on my goddamn kids.
It's not going to be my kid. It's just not. It's not going to be my kid. So, and I don't know what that means for her. But I know that even if my child did click on this video, she doesn't like to hear me talk that long. So she's definitely.
So she hasn't made it this far.
An hour and 30 minutes in. But in the rare chance that she is, baby love.
Baby
You're
love.
just not going back to school. Baby girl. Like she hits me with the beat Simone all the time. Baby girl. So I just want to let you know, baby girl, you're not going.
Shit.
You're not. So
what else?
Let's talk about your boy since we were on mental health before we jumped into this. You keep trying to skip it, but no, we're just gonna.
I mean, you said go in chronological order, so
no, all this other shit is canceled. We're ending this topic with. We're ending tea time with Kanye West. Is this your king?
No, he's not. He's never been my king, but he's that nigga.
Is this your nigga?
He's still my nigga, but he needs some help. He really does. Like, mentally, I've been saying for years, this nigga has not been right since his mother passed. He has not been right. And the people in his circle, I feel like, are not the right people. Get the fuck out of here. The people in his circle are not conducive to his fucking mental health. They're not. You can't force a grown man to do anything, but I feel like they're not the people that have his best interests at heart. Look at Lamar Odom. But I mean, it's just like, we just need him to
but you're talking
stay
about
on his meds.
Your girls when you say that.
No, those are my bitches, but like, nigga, like, what are you doing? Like,
but no, we can't do that.
I'm not talking about I'm not. Let me be sure. I'm not blaming them.
Okay.
Because a person is a person and a man is a man. Just like Lamar Odom, he did the drugs on his own.
You're right.
He had his actions. I'm being funny. I'm not blaming another person for their own fucking actions. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But I feel like with Kanye West, like, I feel like he needs some support. And I'm not saying it's their fault, but I feel like he needs some type of, I don't know. Like, I feel like
he needs a stronger support system. Not
right. He needs a stronger support system. Whether it's his
one.
family, his hometown friends, people in the industry who love him, his wife, different, whoever the fuck it is. I don't know who it is. They need to swoop in on this nigga and make sure, like, he gets the correct counseling. He stays on the meds, because I've heard he's been to counseling and he's been prescribed meds, but apparently the nigga don't like to take them shits. At that point, he's a grown ass man and it's nothing you can fucking do. But like, he needs help, my G. Like, I watched the whole South Carolina rally thing. I don't know what the fuck to call it. I watched the whole thing. If you can watch that shit and feel like, oh, Kanye West is on this shit again because he got an album dropping, I don't feel that way. And I know people feel that way. But to watch that whole thing, I know. And we got a couple of friends that feel that way as well. I know Kanye West has his fucking antics. He fucking does. He's extra. He's over the top. He does shit. And to get the public eye, like the tweets and all that shit, make America great again. And then he was like, oh, okay, that was just to do X, Y, and Z. So I know this nigga has antics that are like astronomical. But to watch that fucking video,
the whole video, not just the clip, people,
not the clip of the joint where the girl was like, when he was talking about Harriet Tubman, she was like, oh, we going home. I mean, the whole shit. I mean, the part where this nigga breaks down crying, talking about his mom was going to abort him, and he almost aborted his daughter, and you know,
No.
all this other stuff with Kim, and he was crying. Then that night he was tweeting like, I don't give a fuck, Kris Jenner, like, you trying to get Kim to fly out here to where the fuck I'm at, and she's going to try to send me to the hospital. Like, all of that, if you can step back and be like, this is Kanye West, and just look at it as a fucking person and see all these fucking steps, that nigga needs help. Mentally, he's not fucking right. He's not. He's not. I don't think all of this is me personally, I don't think all of this is like a fake breakdown because he got an album coming out this week. I don't. I'm sorry. Because if that's the case, then like, it falls into the same shit when you talk about Tamar. Is Tamar faking this fucking suicidal shit because she got a fucking show about to come out in a couple weeks? Like, I don't know. Okay, it's your turn. I know you're ready to speak. You're giving me the Ayala face, beloved.
Here is what I will say. I have not been here for Kanye West in years.
No,
and I really fucked with Kanye West the long way past.
Back in the day.
Because, like, he wasn't, like, no thug ass nigga. Like, I really fucked with him.
He was just who he was and was, like,
he just
unapologetically
was who he was.
him.
Like, not, like, Kanye West was...
He was like the Dame Dash of, like, rap. He was like, nigga, this me. Like...
And I loved it without even being in the beginning.
He wasn't as extra in the beginning.
He wasn't as extra.
He was an asshole, but he wasn't as extra.
Right. As I'm hella conflicted because there's a side of me that definitely is like super duper, like, if it's anything related to mental health, I'm 100% like, niggas need to seek therapy. I think people should just go to therapy
just for checkup,
just to unearth some shit that they didn't even know they.
You might not even know, right?
I'm that fucking adamant about mental health. However, and it really, and I'm not saying this. I'm really, West has a history of having Twitter rants right before an album. Right before. So it started with, and I don't know if it even started with, but as far back as I went was only to 2016, because I literally removed myself from Kanye West. The only reason why I even know about like, this shit is because it was every fucking where, and I had no choice but to see it. But that's what tell you, I've been anti-Kanye for years. She don't fuck with this nigga.
She definitely don't. Or his wife.
Or that family. But I digress.
Yeah, the whole family.
In 2016, he was coming out with a project. And he said something about the word wavy. And Wiz Khalifa, whose baby mama's Amber Rose, who Kanye West used to fuck and used to be with, Amber Rose, you know, he said something about how the term wavy was from a rapper named Max B. A bitch like me who likes R&B all day, didn't know who the fuck Max B was at the time, and found out through this dumbass exchange between Wiz Khalifa and Kanye West, because I didn't know and I didn't care, but whatever. So anywho, they have this exchange, and Wiz Khalifa says something KK. Now he was saying Khalifa Kush, which is a strand of weed.
Oh, he thought he was talking about Kim.
But Kanye thought he was referencing Kim Kardashian. So Kanye went on a fucking, and I'm talking about, even after Wiz Khalifa said, nigga, I'm not talking about your wife. Kanye went in, was like, oh, you have on some really cool pants, bro. When obviously he didn't think they were cool pants, y'all. And he just like went in on this nigga. And so like, it started off, and not even just that. I mean, we can go back years before then, but I'm just talking about Twitter rants that I remember. There was that. In 2018 was the year that in June, he released the album, but he also had like 3 or 4 other albums under Good Music being released. Right. And that was the year he was like, Candace Owens, she's a free thinker. I support her. And Candace Owens is the literal, like, female version of Uncle Ruckus, if you don't know who Candace Owens is. Owens is, and if you don't know who Uncle Ruckus is, you should watch the Boondocks, because
right. Please,
you'll
where
have it
have you been?
right. But he said all of that in 2018, and then I don't know if he announced his album and then praised Candace Owens, or if he praised Candace Owens and then said he was dropping these albums. But what I can say is that I understand why some people feel like
Are they
this
skeptical
is
about this
bullshit,
shit? Right.
because he has, first of all, he said he was running for president, even
Y'all
though he
niggas
has.
that believe that shit, y'all niggas have to fucking
But
relax.
listen, what I'm saying, I'm not talking about the actual
The
act of
political
running for
part.
president.
Right,
I'm
right, right.
saying the timing. He literally just came out like not even a month ago and said he was running for presidency. And then he has an album that's coming out on this Friday.
Right.
So last night, because we are recording on Tuesday, because on Wednesday we'll be watching Versus. We have no time to fuck with y'all.
Yes,
That part. I can understand why people would view his tweets last night as being a stunt. And it's not, and that's why I say I'm conflicted, because I can 1000% see why people would think that. Because if you look at, you can literally Google Kanye's Twitter rants and it will
it would
coincide
line up with his.
with
So
his
I
album
agree.
releases.
I agree he does the fucking most to help get more publicity, which he doesn't need because he's Kanye West, but does the fucking utmost. I don't know if maybe this whole rollout of I'm running for president and I'm gonna do a rally and shit, like this presidential rally. Who the fuck knows, his album might be named Yay for President. Who the fuck knows? But I even looked at the fucking site where you're supposed to register if you wanted to go to the South Carolina event, and I was laughing with my husband. I was like, nigga, this don't even look like no real page, like, of somebody that's actually running for fucking president. Like, the font on the page, like, I was like, this shit look like, okay, just write your name, your email address and shit like that, and then like you register to come. So I was just laughing. I was like, this shit don't even seem right. Like, this nigga ain't running for president for real. So I'm not saying that necessarily the shit that he had planned isn't a stunt. What I'm saying is, I don't know what breakdown happened during this stunt,
Right.
but that speech and that Twitter rant, the stuff that was going on, I feel like that wasn't playing. I feel like something in his head went haywire and this nigga went left. So I'm partially agreeing with you that he does pull stunts. Like, you would be under a rock to feel like he don't be extra on purpose to either sell something, whether it's some shoes or album or something. But I don't think that all of that shit was planned. I don't think that the breaking down and crying, the shit that he was saying, and then the Twitter rant. I just, maybe it started out like, I'm gonna go on Twitter because I was getting so much backlash for this fucking shit. I don't know, because the shit he was saying, like, I don't know, like, I've never seen him go in that much on Kim and his family. He talking about Corey and all of that shit. I'm just like,
No. I don't want to make jokes and shit, but he called Corey Kanye, and I died.
no. I read that and I
I
was
died.
fucking weak.
But no. So my mother's brother, my uncle, rest in peace, because he's now deceased, but he had bipolar disorder. And so I remember some things, but I don't know a lot because he passed a long time ago. But based on what I know about that disorder, it's like you have really, really highs, like dumb highs.
Like happy and exciting really, and
not even just excited or happiness, it's just your energy level is on some other shit. So whatever your, and when I say energy, whatever that energy is, it's just heightened towards. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that Kanye West has fucking health issues. I want to make that very clear. I do think that he does. I also think that he does things for publicity. Mm-hmm. And so maybe the doing things for attention or publicity heightened with his mental health shit just takes it to another level. And that's why I say I'm conflicted. Right. And that's why I won't stand firmly on either. I can understand your point, but I can understand the other point where people are just like, this is I'm not buying this publicity stuff. Right. And so it just leaves me in this place because I I would say if this was 4 years ago, like when he was arguing with Wiz Khalifa, I would definitely be like, this nigga is just seeking attention. Mm-hmm. But that shit about abortions and killing his daughter
and him about to be aborted, like,
let me tell you something. There are a lot of parents out here that probably wanted to or thought about having an abortion and didn't do it. But they're not going to say that in a public setting, especially in 2020 where you can record shit and it's here forever.
And it's Kanye, so everybody was watching.
They're never. I won't say never, but I just
like, this nigga got to go.
And so, for him to say that Kim sent a doctor to come see him wherever he was at, that's not, guys. That's not a get out situation. If Kanye West has mental fucking health issues and his wife sent someone to see him to handle those issues, that is not the same as get out. And while I fucking hate defending Kim Kardashian
because y'all, she fucking hates her as well.
Y'all are not about to put this on that woman, because as far as what I have seen since they have been married before, Kim Kardashian has been hella supportive of him, because this is by far the craziest shit he's done.
But he's done some wild shit.
Been saying crazy shit.
And she's been mum's the word right beside his side. Yeah.
She's either stuck by him and defended it, or she just hasn't said shit and acted like it didn't happen, but still was with him and posting pictures with their family like it was all good.
Right.
Like, and this is another part of my issue. Kanye West is 40 plus years old. I don't know how old he is, but I know it's over 40. Mm-hmm. And so I can barely get my daughter to listen to what the fuck I tell her at 13. And I could punch her in her fucking face today.
So imagine trying to tell a grown-ass man what the fuck to do that has mental issues and thinks that his ego is the size of the world, and you can't tell me what the fuck to do.
What the fuck do y'all want Kim Kardashian to fucking do? Honestly. And I don't
But like then if she was to fucking be controlling, then y'all like, see, that's these white women, they trying to control the black man. So what the fuck? What's she supposed to do?
And let me tell you, as a black woman, because y'all keep saying if he was with a black woman, this wouldn't happen. It probably would have, because if I would have told that nigga that he needs to take his medication and he chose not to, and I kept telling him, and if I would have told him he needed to go to therapy and kept telling him he didn't go, eventually, me personally, I just been like,
I'm done.
Fuck it.
I'm out.
Don't worry about it.
So she's better than a lot of us would have been, because we would have been the fuck about it.
What do you want me to do? So
I'm not his therapist. I'm not his doctor.
Y'all are not going to put this on her. I'm not here for it, and I don't like to defend her, but
right is right. And she
ain't at the end of the day, mental illness is mental illness, and it has no race.
It has
so
nothing
even
to
if
do
he
with
was with a black
party.
woman, this shit could have still happened. And if you knew enough about mental health, you would know that. So on today, and only on the fuck today, let me tell you something. What's today? July 21st, because we're recording on a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I'm only putting respect on Kim Kardashian's name on today. Yay. Don't do that. Oh, July 21st, 2020. So bitches are clear.
So we don't run this back next year.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Like you said today, like, no, bitch, in case some fuck shit happens here.
I'm just saying, Kanye West has mental health issues, yes. But from what I've heard, he has to, not even from what I've heard, at the end of the day, he's a millionaire at the least. So he has the tools and the access to get the help that he needs. If he doesn't want to, and he doesn't want to listen to his wife, and he doesn't want to listen to X, Y, Z to do it, then
what is nigga supposed to do?
I just don't understand. And
you can't forcefully take a grown person and strap them to the bed and be like, take these meds or listen to this counseling.
And like I said, I'm hella conflicted because I know how your mindset can be when you're in a different space. Right. But at the end of the day, my mental health has nothing to do with my husband. It has nothing to do with Dice. It has nothing to do with my daughter. And I will also say, being in a different mental health space doesn't give you the right to shit on black people. especially the Black people that were alive in different centuries and did things that you did not do, and then expected them to do. I don't know. He made this dumbass comment about Harriet Tubman, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, oh, Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She just took them to
Sent
go
them
work
to
for
other
other white
slave.
women. Like, I mean, white people. Like, were there a lot of Black owners then? Like a lot of Black entrepreneurs? And so we're not going to place that burden on Kim. We're going to place it on Kanye.
For sure.
And I say this lovingly. And I want to stress this. I say this lovingly. If you want to get better, you have to want to get better.
For sure. People can't want it for you. You have to want it to do it.
And like, that's it.
Yeah. We can want it for you all you want, but if until you're ready, just like I used to watch Intervention all the time. You're not going to get help until you've hit the rock bottom and you are ready to get help. Nobody can wish it and want it for you or force you to do it until you're ready to take the steps to get better. And he's either not ready or doesn't realize he needed as much as he does. He probably think everybody else is crazy and not him. I'm sure, knowing his ego.
That's all I have to say about that man.
Yeah, he was wilding. That shit was really rough to watch. That rally, just the incorrect facts that he was spewing. Black people looking at him like he fucking crazy, trying to correct his fucking incorrect facts, and it was just a lot. It was a lot. Hold on. Anyway, Kanye. TV time. I don't know. I ain't even watching shit on TV. Everybody on Instagram has been talking about this fucking and Facebook, just social media period. They've been talking about this shit. Fatal affair.
A fatal something. It don't matter. It's
with
trash.
Nia
Let's move on.
and Omar.
Let me say something. Nia Long is in my favorite movie, Love Jones. I could watch Love Jones every fucking day for the rest of my life if I wanted to. It was not good. Every time Omar Epps was trying to be, I don't want to give it away.
Okay, because I'm gonna eventually probably watch it, but
you haven't watched it?
No, I haven't watched it, but I've been seeing memes. First of all, the bitch had an iPhone upside down.
I posted that in my story.
Where the fuck is quality control? It's almost as bad as Game of Thrones when the bitch had the fucking Starbucks cup. Like, I need you to fucking have quality control with these goddamn movies. Somebody needs to be watching. But I've been seeing everybody is like, this shit is trash. So I haven't watched it yet. Eventually, maybe I'll
just watch it.
You said
just
don't
watch it. No, I want all Black people to watch it because at the end of the day,
it's supporting Black people. It's like a whole.
Seriously, like 4 days after it came out, it was like #1 when you know Netflix has it was #1, and it sounds shitty, but I would just like us to have like. I feel like if we get like a hit, even if it's not the greatest, like we can get more of our representation out there. Maybe we can get some better writers added.
And we also need better costumes, wigs, outfits.
I mean, we talked about that last episode, but yeah, we need better all around. And we all know somebody in the hood that does wigs really good. So like Tyler Perry.
Put that on. You're in Atlanta.
I got you.
Your fucking studio's in Atlanta. It's some bitches that will murk the fuck out of some wigs. Hire them.
But if not, we got some bitches in DC that do it good too.
For sure.
No cost.
Gotcha. What else?
I haven't watched shit else.
You still need to watch Zeus, so we'll talk about that next time.
Not Zeus. I watched like 20 minutes of it, so he's a mess. But by the time, promise, next episode we'll talk about all of them.
Got it. Okay, I'm behind on. You haven't been watching Married to Medicine LA, right? I'm behind, but
I actually have watched all of it because it's over now. I'm behind. So you're behind, so
I'm behind. I've been watching. Have you been watching Married to Boot Camp? The shit with Corrupt and all them.
I watched the one episode and we talked about that last episode, but if they've had more episodes since then,
I think it's been like 1 or 2 more episodes.
No, I haven't
come out on Thursday, so maybe 2 episodes. Whew.
Girl, we might as well skip TV time because I ain't been there.
Oh, okay. Good bad release and shit. Cause the whole episode was tea.
Tea time. It was so much tea in these 2 weeks. What you mean?
I know it was a lot fucking going on. 2020 is drama and tea filled.
Shit.
Basura.
What you got for a good bad and release?
Let's see. Bad. I'm hot.
Cool.
Nigga, the past week it has been 90 degrees.
90 plus.
I will say mid and upper. And then if you look at the real feel, nigga, it's been like 107. I don't know if it's just the weather or if it's my fucking HVAC unit, but I have someone coming out on Friday because I'm confused on why the fuck my AC is on 24/7 and my shit is still, the degrees is in the 80s. I don't have time. I do not think, work, or sleep well in heat. So I feel like I'm in the ghetto. I feel like I should put up a window. I feel like I should just put up the window and put a fucking box fan in the fucking window and just pray that the night breeze will cool me off. Because that's how the fuck I'm feeling. I'm hot. And that's the bad. The release this heat wave. It looks like it's going to keep going into next week. I don't see any fucking relief. That's why we called the HVAC people. Apparently, a lot of niggas are calling them because their first appointment was, we called them on a Sunday because it's 24 hours to contact the company that we contact. Their first appointment is not until fucking Friday. So they're probably booked and busy. We had to go out and buy fans. This is literally the hood because we have a whole central air system in this house. This is not an old house. This is a new house. So there is air in this house and we have fans like we are in the projects to cool us off. I had to buy fans for my parents as well because their house is normally warm. Well, guess how it feels now? Like a fucking brick oven. That's what it feels like. So these motherfuckers are sweating when I come in the house. My parents look like they are distraught because if they usually they're not even fazed by the fucking heat. I walk in the house like, your house is hot. They're like, no, it's fine. The fact that my mom is like, I keep the curtains down because it's been really warm. Nigga, we need black curtains because these tan ones are not working. It's like too much heat in. My dad is like, nigga, what the fuck? Just take me now, Lord, because it's hot. So I want to fucking release this heat wave or what the fuck is going on. I don't know. I was talking to my husband. I was like, I don't know if it's so hot in this house because normally around these months we're like outside and we don't have the TV and the appliances and stuff on because like we're out and about. The kids are at school. We're at work on the weekends. We're at bar crawls. I don't know if it's because we're in the fucking house too much. And so our systems are giving up and it's like, bitch, it's too much. I can't keep you cool. Like, I don't know what you want me to fucking do. I don't know what it is, but even the dog is hot. I played with Diego yesterday and was playing fetch with him and wrestling. And then after 5 minutes, this nigga was panting with his tongue out and sat the fuck down. I was like, bitch, I've had enough. So release the fucking heat because I'm hot. Our ice machine isn't even making ice fast enough because we keep putting ice in every beverage. The kids' beverages, our beverages, every beverage. Nigga, it's hot.
Poor babies.
What else? Oh, good. Because I did bad release. So, and we're good. So good. My daughter launched her clothing line last week. So, she had 98%, because sometimes you gotta give some guidance. She had 98% of all the creative stuff. Like, I mean, picking colors, which colors go with which, like, did you like this, all of that. I was the peasant that actually made the stuff and set up the website and did the sales. So I'm working for her at this point.
Can I sing a song that's not appropriate for kids, but it's how I feel right now?
What's up?
I'm a boss ass bitch. But she's not that.
She's not. But
she's the boss.
Sales were amazing.
Yes.
I'm busy. I'm booked and busy fulfilling her orders. I showed sis her orders and she was just like, I get all of that. I was like, pump your brakes. Because one, you got to understand business and you have to buy supplies. That's number one. Number two, your mama's doing all the fucking work. So I'm definitely going to get a big portion of that. What's left is going to be yours. I promise. And it's a good chunk for you to only be 8. You're going to get the rest. So I actually signed sis up for the green card. The green light card.
Green light. Mara had that.
Yep. Sign her up for her shit. Her shit should be here either by the end of the week or the beginning of next week. I am going. She's hype about it. She thinks she's
Mara had a green light card. She's about to get a Navy Federal because she's about to be a teenager.
Yes. But sis thinks she's about to use all her coins on Roblox. So I am trying to teach her responsibility and be like, ma'am, no. How about we save? And I do that.
You know, you can set up your own save. We're gonna talk about this offline because I had green light for like 2 years. We'll talk about it offline. But you know, you can limit it so she can't even use it, but she can only use so much on certain websites and apps, and you can make it so that so much of it has to be in savings. We'll talk offline.
Yeah. Give me hit because they was like you can download the app on their end so they can have a dashboard and shit. So yes, it's on the way. So sis is she's like a whole CEO and creator.
Love it.
The crazy thing is we even got new ideas of new shit that we're about to launch in the next couple weeks. So I mean, look, sis told me, she was like, I'm making more than Dice Designs. I said, but you fall under me, okay? Like, so this is my company and you're a line under my company. So if there was no Dice Designs, there would be no push. So let's just fall back a little bit.
There we go. That's what it is.
Clap, clap, clap. Oh, so let's not feel herself.
I mean, though.
Your fucking sales are amazing, so you're making my company a lot of money. But guess what? Those people are also coming to my website and they're buying my clothes as well. So it's a win-win, baby girl. Like, but I'm hyped for her. I'm excited for her, and yeah. What's your good band release?
Well, let me start by saying I love sis confidence. I'm here for it. I'm gonna say I don't have any bad for the week. I would say I had a moment this week where I realized that while I'm always right because I am a Virgo, my delivery I could work on that. My husband and I had a therapy session on Sunday, and we literally argued the whole entire time. And
in the session?
No, nigga. I don't even remember much what the therapist said because I
was taking notes like.
Oh, and I know that I showed my whole ass in that session because I was just, how I am when I get like.
Yes.
Oh, no, I showed my ass.
So she seen the real Shay. She was like, I've been waiting for you to come out.
I feel like she saw like Shay, like.
The Shay we be saying this shit. She was like,
that part.
I've been waiting for the real you to come out because
right.
It was a representative.
So I will not say that it's not a bad. I would just say that like I feel like I have grown a lot, but
you have
things on and I didn't realize that so quickly. But like once I get triggered, it's really nothing that you can do to get me back other than leaving me the fuck alone and letting me calm down on my own. So I need to work on that. That's what I have for a bad or whatever. For release, I don't really have a bad or a release. I really didn't have a bad 2 weeks since the last time we argued.
But that's a lit thing. That's a good thing.
Not argue, but had the podcast. I just my last 2 weeks have been good.
That's a good thing.
And I don't even really have like a good. I just feel like I'm in a
place.
Space where I'm good. Like I have
that in itself is good though.
Yeah, I have no complaints, and I haven't had any like huge wins, but I have no complaints. So
because she doesn't want to brag and she doesn't want to say the good, Dice is going to do it for her. My bae published a fucking book since the last time we fucking talked. And it is available on Amazon. You can get that motherfucker. Manifest. I'm coming for everything that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
By Shay T. She can fucking be humble, but I'm not gonna fucking let her be humble. Y'all go cop my bae's book. It is a manifestation journal that you write down things that you want to see. Y'all fucking pick that shit up. It's lit. So they don't want to talk about her fucking accomplishments. It's like, my goodness, yes, I'm in a good place. You in a good place because you being lit, you happy, life is good. Brag on yourself, babe. I'll do it for you.
The reason why, listeners, that I did not mention it is because Amazon actually fucked up my first batch of orders, and it came in black and white when I wanted to be in color. And so if you've ever published anything on Amazon, for whatever reason, a customer can get their book in 2 days, but the author, you have to wait 2 weeks. So I went back, I battled with Amazon, and so now I'm waiting for my author copies because I want to make sure everything is right before I re-advertise it.
Got it.
So I want to get the copies, but it's supposed to come this week. So I wanted to wait until I had it because the first time I published it, I just went straight the day it published. I was, bitch, I'm in this bitch. I want to make sure it's right because I'm losing money by giving people the copy that I want them to get. And I don't care about the money, but I want them to get what I envision.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I want it to be right this time. But all in all, I still feel like life is good because a bitch been manifesting the way her life is gonna be. So once you get this journal and it's the way that I want it to be, you can also manifest the life you want, and then you'll be at peace like I am. Because right now I have nothing bad, and I'm content.
Nothing to release. Liddy, shout out to Bay, Shay Bay.
Shay Bay.
Shay Bay. Well, look, we thank y'all for tuning in. I'm not sure if I'm still sweating or not. I don't have on my glasses, so my vision is blurry right now. Don't know what I look like. But we thank you for tuning in. As always, please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Please, host.
We see y'all loyal listeners, but y'all ain't listening to us. Y'all ain't telling y'all friends to see y'all. Maybe y'all don't think we see numbers. We do. But we see you. We see you. I'll put it like that. We fucking see you. So did I call y'all hoes? I mean loves. I've been drinking. But look, make sure y'all go and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that lit shit. On our Twitter, it's no excuses. You can listen to our episodes. You can watch our episodes on YouTube. We have a link tree on our Instagram that has links to everywhere we're streaming. So it's really no excuse. It's quarantine. Even if you're essential, there's some way to listen to it. You can go on our website where the link is in that link tree as well to our website that has embedded episodes. YouTube, I think almost all companies have access to YouTube. Look, it's no excuse that you can't see our face or listen to our beautiful voices. So anyway, we thank you for tuning in. Keep praying that 2020 gets better, because god damn it, like what the entire fucking so y'all stay safe, wear your fucking mask, don't be a Karen, don't be extra. We didn't touch on that, but like don't be that person.
We'll get there next week because y'all do some dumb shit next week for sure.
Please don't be dumb, because we're going to talk about your asses. Just be safe and keep your kids safe, your family safe. Hide your kids, hide your wife from the Rona, okay? And hide, I don't know, keep your mental health in shape. I don't know. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. God bless and good night. Bye, y'all.